Roxanne.
And I'm Caleb.
And we are the parents of the Foster's 5.
Today we wanted to talk a lot about the heart of why we're doing what we're doing. And what kind of prompts us to want to share this with you.
Yeah.
So one of the first things that I wanted to highlight and kind of have Roxanne speak to was why it's so important to share that families of any budget size has the opportunity to travel.
Yeah, so we believe really strongly that traveling is the best way to create memories with your family. The kinds of experiences that you have on vacations, the things that your kids get to see, that you get to see, it's just not something you can recreate in an everyday life. The problem solving that takes place when you're traveling, learning to roll with the punches, figuring out metro systems, just everything that you do when you travel gives you more of a worldview, obviously, than you could get any other way. And we just believe it's really accessible to everyone. We used to live on a $40,000 a year budget with 2 young kids at that point, and we still always took at least one trip, one big trip usually every year, and then one smaller trip. And the way we were able to do that is by budgeting really well and planning really well. And looking for different ways to save money on those trips. And if there's anything that I've seen through friends, through what I watch on the internet, it's that people really think that travel is out of reach for them, and I want them to know that it's not.
Another thing that we've heard from friends is that either they think that travel's out of reach for them completely because they have kids, or they disqualify themselves from travel until their kids reach a certain age. But there are so many opportunities for memories to be made and for genuine connection to happen. And so we didn't want to disqualify ourselves from travel regardless of how old our kids were. We still wanted to, one, ourselves enjoy the experience, but also instill in our kids the desire to travel and the desire to gain the wisdom that only travel can offer.
We have 3 kiddos.
Yes.
They are Scarlett, who is 6 years old, Karsten, who is 4 years old, and Declan, who is 2 years old. So we have 3 little ones that we travel with and have traveled with since our first trip we took. Scarlett was 18 months old. So we have just always been doing this, and we plan to do it all the time. We will take our first really big road trip in June, and we will be gone for 28 days. We are going to Chattanooga and the Smoky Mountains, Disney World, which is our favorite, and we'll talk a lot about Universal Studios for the first time, Charleston, Savannah, Myrtle Beach, Hilton Head, a beach in North Carolina called Oak Island, and then Atlanta on our way home. So we are just all about traveling, all about seeing the world we live in. And the key to the way that we travel is that I plan really well before we take these trips.
True.
They're planned to a T. I know what we're eating, I know what we're doing. And I know not everyone is that way, but if there's anything that I have learned, especially for families who are maybe only going to have time for a 7-day trip, is that not having wasted time matters so much. To get to experience more of your family and the city that you're in because you're not bothering yourself with what you're doing next is definitely a luxury, and I want to be able to provide that to people.
Can't tell you the number of trips I've gone on that her planning has made the enjoyment of the trip that much better. One of the things that I'm learning to be more passionate about is learning the history and the culture of cities and trying to be a student of that myself, in the hopes that I can give those things to my kids so that they can learn that vacations and trips aren't just about checking out of reality, but they're also about enriching yourself as a person. The more we can put them in front of those learning opportunities, the better off they'll be. But we only really have space for that if things are well planned and well executed. So
that'll be a part of this as well, as you have the opportunity to hire me to plan your trip. I can do as much as plan the hotel and plan the flights, be able to find the best deals for you, because that's something else I've just gotten really good at over the years. Or there will be a hire package where I can literally book everything for you, where I can just hand you over a typed itinerary of here's what I would do on this trip, catered towards what interests you've shown me as well. Or I can just coach you on what I do. You can hire me for an hour and I can teach you my tips and tricks of how I plan things. Lots of different ways that I want to make travel more accessible to everyone that I know.
With that said, we are launching the Foster's 5. And there's a lot of different ways that you can connect to what we're doing through a lot of different social media platforms that will be made available to you through blog posts, through videos, things like that.
Yeah, so we are kicking off with a really fun giveaway. I have put together all of my favorite travel gear. So the posts that you'll see is everything is in the suitcase that our kids use. So that specific brand of suitcase is the one that our little guys pull along whenever we travel. And then inside is a $100 Southwest gift card, which we just love Southwest. We have flown Southwest for 5-6 years at this point. We have their rewards credit card, which is something I'll teach you about. And we have literally not paid for a flight in 5 years. It's obviously a really great way to be traveling. My carry-on toiletry, silicone, reusable bottles that we use for the shampoo and conditioner and face wash, a neck pillow, kids activities that we always take on planes and in cars when we travel, some Easy Freezy meals, which Easy Freezy is the company that I own here in Oklahoma City. It's a meal prep company. I'm trying to think what else is in there. Oh, a laundry bag. That's like the silliest thing, but it's a laundry bag that you take when you travel and you put your dirty clothes in. It's so helpful for us when we travel. So there's over $300 worth of stuff in this giveaway. And if you'll head to our website, we explain all the ways that you can enter, things that you can do to get an extra entry. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. I want this giveaway set for sure.
And so just to sum things up, again, we are very passionate about travel as a family, because we have built some of the most important and lasting memories that we have as a family when we are traveling. There's something about getting away from what you would call home that allows your family to feel a little bit more free and accessible emotionally and relationally to each other. It's opened up multiple learning opportunities, teaching opportunities, a lot, and even just for her and I, resetting opportunities, to get away and sort of reset your values together as a family and as a couple. So we really encourage you to follow along. We're going to be giving lots of tips, tricks, guides, and just honest life experiences that we're going to share with you as we continue to travel. So thank you so much for listening to this. Again, I'm Caleb.
I'm Roxanne, and yeah, we're gonna have all kinds of fun things for you to see and do and learn from. Lots of fun giveaways. It's one of our favorite things to do, is be able to gift people with things. Yeah. That's it. That's us.
We are the Fosters 2, but together we're the Fosters 5.
Such a dork.